Vicious using his long arms in order to reverse that surfboard. You're not going to be able to get that off on someone like Vicious unless you have arms as long as his. Now Vicious turning over Spike in the corner here. Runs around. Oh my God! That runs into him with authority. It's like a freight truck running into you at 60 miles per hour. Vicious is taking Spike down, trying to snap that arm, but Spike resisting him.
Vicious, from his Vicious side, well, it's not really ever a side of Vicious that's not Vicious anyways, but showing how much Vicious wants that unified championship. Of course, we don't really know much about Spike's and Vicious's history prior to UWA. I've heard in the back that they were part of a underground syndicate, back in the day before UWA. I'm not really allowed to go into detail more than that, but see Vicious battling out of that camel clutch. Look at this! Oh, Vicious is ragdolling Spike with the decapitation clothesline. Oh, look at this Vicious! Stalking Spike. This could be the dead right there, right here. Oh, look at this. He's going to have him up. Look at this. He slams him down. He's dead right there. DRT choke slam. Oh, my goodness. That was anything left of Spike. Oh, no. That's going to finish it off. To add insult to injury. After the DRT's going to go with this. The last rites. Oh, my goodness. That same powerbomb they did of Rampage and Lord Magma. Look at this nonchalant cover here, by the way. And look at that. It still gets a 3 count. Vicious with a huge win, making quick work of Spike in the best 12-3 series.
Here's your winner, Big Vicious.
Now Spike with it's a 1-0 Vicious right now. If Vicious can win next week, after what we saw just now, is not unheard of after what we just saw. Vicious will be the new unified champion. And who knows what that new title is going to be with the Underground title and the West Coast Championship with Vicious around his waist. Man, what a huge loss for Spike. I don't know what he's going to have to do next week to face Vicious. Of course, there we have it, folks. Now we're just 2 episodes of Assault away before Pandemonium. We already have 5 matches announced on the card already. And next week, and it's a huge news for you. Next week we're going to have oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at this, the franchise player. I guess before we go off the air, it looks like we said before, the franchise players are going to call out Samoa Joe to have this face-off between the 2 Pandemonium main eventers here. And there he is. The fans still booing the franchise player. Even back at home in the United States, they're still booing the franchise player. I guess some fans out there just can't get over what the franchise player did at Gang Warfare after the Destroyer revealed that shocking bombshell last month. And of course, after losing the Destroyer, those fans, who actually, who lost faith in the franchise player have a reason to not continue to support him. And of course, even though franchise player did win Square of Despair, they still scheduled the main event Pandemonium against Samoa Joe. My goodness, franchise player has a lot to prove at Pandemonium, folks. He lost to the Destroyer after he got speed by Planet X at Love at First Fight. I don't know how Smith's going to face Samoa Joe. Oh, look at this, folks. And here he comes. Yep, the new UWA champion himself, the 3-time champion, Samoa Joe. Here he comes. can't believe all this time Samoa Joe has always talked about a nation of violence. We never really quite knew what he meant. We just assumed that Samoa Joe was talking about him being a violent son of a bitch. Like it's all these months of him talking about a nation of violence. I guess it all came clear on the first fight. He's talking about this group he was secretly putting together, consisting of the dangerous men in UWA. We're talking about Vampiro, Von Creed, Gene Starwind, and of course Vicious. God, I don't know. I can't wait to see what happens at Pandemonium, folks. The franchise player and Samoa Joe. We already saw these two guys fight each other in 2 brutal matches last year at Beach Party Slam in London. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, look at this, but right before Samoa Joe was about to throw some punches. Now look at this, the Dangerous Destroyer making his way up to the ring here. Let's assume he is. We already know how he feels about the Pandemonium main event. We all know that's, the Destroyer feels like he should be main eventing after defeating the franchise player at the first fight. And of course, the Destroyer feels in his mind that he can beat Samoa Joe. Can't wait to see what the Destroyer has in mind while he's coming out here. And I don't know how this man is still walking after we saw earlier tonight. After the Destroyer and Planets were fighting each other, we had to assume, like you said, he's been a third party might have been involved. We saw both Planets and the Destroyer taken out backstage. I don't know who was behind that, and it looked like it was a vicious assault on both of them. I don't know how the Destroyer can still come back from the beating he took earlier. I can't really see all hell's gonna break loose. Business has definitely picked up here tonight, folks. And the Destroyer definitely throwing more fuel on the fire between Samoa Joe and the franchise player. And now we still have to love that first fight. What's happening with these two in the ring now?